I'm Darren with Action Esports, and this is Action Recap, the show where we highlight various stories ongoing within the esports community. Now today we have a lot of roster updates and changes to go over, first of which being Custa's move to LA Valiant, while uNKOE is being sent to Dallas Fuel. Custa was a vocal player on the Dallas Fuel who wasn't shy on providing his input regarding his team's performance and comments on internal issues that have been holding the Fuel back for the past 2 stages.
You can only have 12 players in a roster, and XQC is not reliable enough to be playing in a roster. We tried to play with him for stage 1, then he got suspended. Okay, and then he comes in, we start playing with him, we start practicing with him really hard and really want him to be a part of the team, and then he gets himself suspended again. And it's like, how can you play with that as a team? If you can't build around a player, especially a main tank player who is very important to the roster, who has the potential to get suspended at a given notice. It doesn't make sense to have him on your roster.
It's strange that the Fuel are trading one of their in-game leaders away for a new support when the areas they needed to improve upon the most wasn't in the support category. Like most of the community, Mickey is equally confused by the rationale behind this move, as it seems to have been something decided upon by the team management without the consultation of the Fuel players. There have also been rumors of a new coach being considered to join the Fuel come stage 3, so their input may have also been a factor in the recent set of changes within the Dallas organization.
Custa was leading the team, kind of like he took the captain role and he did it very well. But I have no idea why Dallas trading. I don't know. I actually don't know. Like, obviously, I don't know.
In addition to exchanging uNKOE for Custa, the Valiant have moved Grim Reality, who's been locked in Sister Team Purgatory for the last 2 stages, into the role of assistant coach. Hopefully, in this new position, he can make more contributions to the team beyond being a bench warmer for the DPS role and put his insight to use in actively supporting his team from behind the scenes. For their 3rd roster move of the week, the Valiant have officially dropped the flex player Envy from their organization. According to Slasher, there were talks with Dallas Fuel of trading Envy for Seagull, but this ultimately fell through as the Fuel were looking for a more significant return in exchange for giving a star player like Seagull. Talks of Seagull being traded began reportedly after the player informed his team that he wanted to be looking at new options following unspecified internal conflicts. For the time being, Seagull will remain on the team and likely play in the starting lineup as a tank, as he began in Fuel's last 2 games from stage 2 alongside Mickey until OGE's suspension has passed. Afterwards, Seagull is anticipated to return to the DPS role, but it is uncertain if he will be picked up by a new team before the start of stage 3, provided a good offer presents itself for the Fuel to trade one of their most popular players. With OGE joining the Fuel to act as the main tank, it seems that Mickey, while being a charming individual, could also see his time in the spotlight come to an end as the Fuel explore new tank options. Occasionally described by a handful of pro players as a diva main that plays too scared of committing to risking dives in favor of conserving the mech, thus isn't able to fully utilize the damage potential of micro missiles. Mickey could be replaced by players such as the LA Gladiators Contenders team's off-tank Gods, who has reportedly been trying out with the Fuel. Envy was reportedly released from the Valiant into free agency after the team failed to secure a trade deal with Seoul Dynasty, who recently opened up a spot on their roster after trading Bunny's contract to the Valiant. Bunny's addition to the team may mean that we could see less of Soon on the starting lineup, as both players are Tracer specialists. With the Valiant's Korean coach, who has to speak with the Western members of the team through a translator, and the ease with the in-game communication if you were to run a team with 3 Korean players who could coordinate a dive, we will have to see if the Valiant will be able to put Bunny to better use than Seoul Dynasty, who only chose to debut the player twice thus far. Following the news of Envy being released, a nasty rumor began spreading throughout the community that his release was the result of a confrontation with a coach and punching him in the face. The player took to Twitter in an attempt to clear his name of these allegations. Quote, "There is an actual rumor about me punching the coach's faces and blah blah. This isn't real. First of all, I was not aware of the cultural differences between NA and Korea. I was really aggressive for winning, and this kinda falsely led to somewhere I did not intend to. Also, I was stressed out throughout stage 1 to 2, and miscommunication caused by the language barrier obviously took part of it. In my opinion, I tried my best, but did not work out the way I expected it to be. So the team and I decided to either trade or release me, but the day we made decision was too close to the trade window, so I was not able to find my new home." know. It is important to note that players like Envy, who are released early from their contracts, have their full yearly salaries paid out, not including those who are released for just cause, such as XQC. In light of all this news, IMT and Valiant CEO Noah Winston will be answering questions later this week about the roster changes in an AMA on the competitive Overwatch subreddit on Friday. Following up on the rumors last month of how Silkthread will no longer be playing with the Valiant, Slasher tweeted that he has been informed that the ex-Valiant DPS player will be transferring to the rival LA team as the latest addition to the Gladiators alongside Void for Stage 3. The Shanghai Dragons are also back in the news once again after rumors began circulating that NRG Esports DPS Damon has been signed and will be taking over for Dia on the team's starting lineup. This means that the Dragons could potentially run a starting team with 4 Korean players, with Damon playing alongside Fearless, Ado, and Geguri. As for now, both the free agent signing period and the trade window will close today on April 3rd, the day before the start of Stage 3, and rosters will lock for the remainder of the season and playoffs. All new signings and trades must be approved by the league office before taking effect. However, there may still be more announcements regarding roster changes to come, as trades can be approved of before this window but may not be officially announced, as there could be other troubles like we've seen with the Shanghai Dragons regarding their visa issues before having the players join the team. With all of these roster announcements, what do you think of them? Are there any that baffled you or confused you, or perhaps some that just didn't really add up? Or are there any of these roster changes that you are really looking forward to and think will have significant impact on these teams? As always, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And with that, that's all for this installment of Action Recap. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of our other content, and be sure to hit the bell to join our notification squad and stay up to date on all of our latest releases. Otherwise, be sure to follow our Facebook and Twitter pages to stay up to date on all of our content. This has been Darren with Action Esports, and we'll see you in the next one.